What if I told you that within the next 3 months, you could go from nothing to making $10,000 a month? It sounds insane to many of you, and you might assume that it's just a scam, because if it wasn't, why isn't everyone doing this thing? I'm not gonna give you some generic advice such as work hard, start a business, or work longer hours. And the great part about it is that it doesn't really matter who are you, where are you, or how old are you. What I'm about to share with you is something that I wish that someone had shared with me when I was like 17 or 18 years old. I would have reached $10,000 much faster than I actually did, because it actually took me a couple of years instead of just 3 months. However, when I look back, I can see how anyone, and I literally mean anyone, with access to the internet can make $10,000 every single month. So if you're ready, give this video a thumbs up, and let's start with a very simple and obvious question. Why isn't everyone doing this thing? When we, the content creators, make videos, do you know what we spend most of our time on? Is to make sure that the video is so interesting that it keeps your attention so that you watch till the end instead of clicking away. I mean, look around, there's so many videos you can watch. Why are you supposed to watch this video? Even if this video helpful, your dopamine level is so disrupted that the moment your dopamine level drops, you will immediately click away and watch something else that will keep your dopamine level high enough. So when you can't focus on something for even like 10 minutes, how are you supposed to learn to make 10 or 20 grand a month? When you read a book or learn something, if you get distracted even for a couple of minutes to check your Instagram, watch a YouTube short, that distraction is going to leave a residue on your brain, which means that it is going to take you something between 15 to 20 minutes to regain your focus back to what you have been doing. And if you're getting distracted every 10 to 15 minutes, you're not learning anything. Even if you're sitting in front of your computer or a book pretending to read. So it's absolutely pointless to talk about how to make money when you don't have the basic skills such as staying focused for long enough. When I say that you can go from $0 to $10,000 in just 3 months, you won't be able to do it even in 3 years if you don't fix your focus first. It sounds like a generic advice, but it's not. It's just a plain fact. If you think I'm exaggerating, pick up a book and read it for 1 hour with all the distractions you have. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube shorts, daydreaming, whatever. A distraction is anything other than reading that book. Even if it's something like helpful, even if it's like learning something. Even daydreaming is a distraction. How often do you sit in front of a computer trying to work or learn something, but your mind is somewhere else? When I say focused work, I mean like deep work. And some people have absolutely no clue or whatsoever what I'm talking about, since they haven't been doing focused work in a really long time. Most people that I often meet cannot concentrate for like literally longer than 20 minutes or anything like that. There will be something that will distract them. So everything other than reading that book with full focus and concentration is a distraction. Once you're done with that, take a break. And then read the same book for another hour, but this time without being distracted. Somehow force yourself to do that. Close down your computer, throw your phone out of the window, I don't know. Your job is to give yourself absolute focus for that 1 hour to understand everything you read. That is when you will realize the difference. In that 1 hour, you will learn more than you will do in an entire week or a month. There might be like 1,000 opportunities right under your nose, but you're not seeing them because you are distracted. That is why even though we live in this age when making money is so easy, there is just a small group of people making all the money in the world because everyone else is just distracted. And it's not their fault. You can't blame them because everyone can join them. But not everyone has the willpower to do that. And I don't just mean being distracted when you're doing something. Let's say to go to $10,000 a month, you have to do like 5 things. A, B, C, D, and F. So you're motivated and you start learning A. The next day, before you even start learning B, you're on your phone and you see Mr. Beast and suddenly you want to become a YouTuber. Tomorrow you watch LeBron James and you want to become a basketball player. The next day you come across Warren Buffett quotes and you want to become a professional investor. So 3 to 6 months later, instead of actually learning one skill that is going to make you $10,000 a month, you just wasted your time being constantly distracted. So imagine what happens when you fix your focus. You will automatically get ahead of everyone else who is not focused, who is distracted. Just like you learn more in 1 hour of focused reading than an entire day of reading with distractions, you will learn more in a single month than people often do in an entire year. In 3 months, you will learn more than people do in 3 years of college. In just 3 short months, you can easily go to making $10,000 a month, maybe even more, because $10,000 is the bare minimum. Now, the second reason why most people never make like $10,000 or $100,000 a month is because they don't know that they're capable of something they have never done in the past. You have probably come across problems in your life that seemed impossible back then to solve. Back then you stressed and panicked, but if you were to go through the same problem again, you will most likely wouldn't get stressed or panicked and will solve it much easier because you have done it once in the past already. You know that you're capable of solving it. So because you have not made $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 a month, your brain will come up with excuses as to why it's impossible or why it's super difficult, especially when society often reinforces the idea that to make a lot of money requires super hard work, sacrifices, and a lot of other things. This conditioning can create a belief that high income only comes with a corresponding level of difficulty or struggle. That is why when a millionaire goes bankrupt, you will see him building another successful business and making all that money again. Why? Because in his mind, he's fully convinced that he's capable of doing that thing. Because he has done it already in the past once. Let me give you an example. How do most people imagine making $10,000 a month? They're making maybe $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and their boss makes maybe $10,000 or $15,000. So the only way they imagine themselves making is by outworking their boss and replacing him to make that kind of money. Or maybe just moving to another company that is going to give them a similar boss position. But let me tell you this, you don't have to. In fact, you don't even have to start a business to make that kind of money. The easiest way to go there is to go freelance. Oh my God, I've heard it 1,000,000 times. Why are you repeating the same thing? If you expect someone to tell you that there is a secret way to make that kind of money that nobody in the world knows except them, they are lying. There is no such thing as a secret way to make money. There is essentially one way to make money in the world of capitalism. The reason why most people aren't making that kind of money is because they don't get it. They're trying to find some other way. I need something, you can provide that for me, I'm gonna pay you for that. Money is nothing but an instrument to conveniently exchange goods and services and to store value. And it's not even the best tool to store your value because it loses value over time due to inflation. So it is really just a tool to comfortably exchange goods and services. When you start looking at money through that lens, your whole perspective changes on how to make money. Let's say I'm a lawyer and there are people who need legal services. If I were a lawyer maybe like 30 years ago, I would have had to open a small office with a billboard that says Proactive Thinker Legal Services. The only clients I could attract are those who are in my area because I'm the closest firm to them. So my potential clients would be probably around 1,000 people or maybe a few thousand at best. Or I could try buying TV ads, but they're not very effective. No one will fly out from the other side of the country to my office. So making $10,000 or $20,000 a month as an independent lawyer is really difficult. I would have to work extremely hard to be in the top 1% of the best lawyers in the country so that people start recommending me. And that can take maybe years, if not decades. Another option would be to go and work for a law firm that would pay me a fixed salary because they already have the clients, the infrastructure, and a reputation to attract new clients maybe. Now, with the internet, everything changes, especially with social media. I can now acquire clients not just from my local area, but from literally entire country. My potential clients are no longer limited to 1,000 people, but could reach 50 or 100 million people. And the best part about it is that I can even dramatically reduce my expenses. I don't have to get an office or hire a secretary. I don't even have to go and work for a law firm because building the infrastructure to attract clients is now a lot cheaper and a lot easier. I can do that from the comfort of my house. Let's say you did not have the opportunity to go to college or university and become a lawyer or an engineer maybe, or a doctor. These are the skills that are always in demand. But because the world is constantly changing, new skills become in demand as well. For example, there is a huge shortage of programmers, not just in the US, but literally worldwide. How long does it take to learn programming? Maybe a year or maybe 2 years. I went to university and studied accounting and finance for 4 years. Realistically speaking, if you could remove all the unnecessary aspects and compress everything that I've been taught without all the nonsense that was included in our syllabus into 3 months, I could learn accounting and finance in just 3 months. And you could too. However, because I'm not alone in the college and a professor needs to ensure that everyone is just catching up, and because university isn't just about knowledge, it's just more about experience. You can't just teach everything in just 3 months. You have to stretch it to 3 or 4 years. So realistically speaking, you can learn a skill in less than 2 or 3 months, especially when we are talking about new economy skills such as designing, video editing, copywriting, digital marketing, social media management, web development, copywriting. I mean, there are literally endless opportunities. However, even if you learn that skill, most people won't be able to succeed because at the end of the day, you have to stand out. And the best way to do that is to learn 2 or 3 skills and then combine them together. For example, you can combine your legal skills with crypto skills. You have no idea how many crypto firms need legal services, and not every lawyer can help them. Your market isn't just your small town out there. Your market is literally the entire world or the entire country. For example, most athletes are broke. Just go to your local gym and you'll find fitness trainers. Hypothetically, let's say that they make like $5,000 a month. Do you know how much more they could be making if they learned how to create great Instagram reels, for example? Right now, they're restricted by the people who go to that gym. But if they put the effort into learning social media as much as they put the effort into learning fitness, for example, they can easily double or maybe even triple their income. But why aren't they doing that? Because of the reasons we have discussed earlier. First of all, most people have never done it in the past, so they don't truly understand what they're capable of. Secondly, even if they decide to learn, they're constantly distracted and struggle to focus on learning the skill. Making $10,000 or $20,000 has never been as easy as it's now. The basic principles of money hasn't changed. Money is an instrument to exchange goods and services. But the tools we have today allow us to reach far beyond we could possibly imagine even just 20 or 30 years ago. Most people who watch this video will simply just click away and watch another video. But I hope some of you at least find it helpful and take action. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.